Hi everyone! Welcome back to the channel. I am Christina, Edwina's sister, and today I will be your host as we explore a new city in Spain, Madrid. Let's start with a tour of our apartment here. This is the living room. And then we have the toilet and the shower. The kitchen. It's pretty nice, right? We actually use this a lot to cook during our stay here. Here's the master bedroom. And surprise, surprise, the second bedroom is actually on the loft. First morning here in Madrid, we tried a local specialty, the Calamari sandwich. It was okay. It's a weird combination. This is Plaza Mayor. It's a big public space in the heart of Madrid. It used to be the main market in the 15th century. A statue of Philip III on a horse stands in the center of the square. Next to Plaza Mayor, Mercado de San Miguel is a food market with more than 20 stands under one roof. You can find a variety of Spanish delicacies, from the finest Iberian ham, my favorite, fresh seafood, to rice dishes, cheese, pinchos, ice cream, and more. Sampled some, but found them to be average and rather pricey compared to the local tapas bars. It's still an elegant space though, to stop and grab a quick bite while sightseeing around the city. It gets very crowded later in the day, so come early! We followed the Rich Thieves walking tour of Madrid, which took us to a couple of old churches in the area. Stop was Plaza de la Villa. It was one of the main medieval centers of Madrid. On this plaza are three buildings with high historical artistic value, built in the 15th, 16th, and 17th century respectively. Here we can see a bronze statue of an undefeated Spanish admiral named Álvaro de Bazan. Despite the name, this monument is dedicated to the people killed on 31st of May 1906 when a bomb intended for Queen Victoria Eugenia and King Alfonso XIII on their wedding parade detonated in the crowd. And this is the street where the incident actually happened. We continued along Calle Mayor and reached the cathedral. It is the seat of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Madrid. It was built after the capital of Spain was transferred from Toledo to Madrid, as the new capital had no cathedral. It is said to have been built on the site of a medieval mosque that was destroyed in 1083 when Alfonso VI reconquered Madrid. While the interior is uniquely modern with artworks of contemporary artists, the exterior was designed to match the royal palace that stands directly opposite. The Royal Palace of Madrid is the largest in Western Europe. It sits on the site of the old Alcazar of Madrid, a medieval fortress converted into a palace, an official residence of the kings of Spain in 1561. The Alcazar was destroyed by a fire on Christmas Eve 1734. King Philip V had a new palace built, with vaults with no wood in the structure, to guarantee its survival in the event of another fire. On the east side of the royal palace is a large square with a walkway lined with the statues of Spanish kings from the medieval period. But taking center stage is a statue of Philip IV on a rearing horse. Fun fact, its designer Pietro Tacca could not figure out how to balance the statue properly and wrote to Galileo Galilei for help. The Italian astronomer suggested the angle and that the front part of the statue should be hollow, so it's relatively lighter, and the back should be solid to anchor the weight. Well, the statue still stands to this day, so of course Galileo was right. For lunch, we visited Casa Toni, a popular local tapas bar specializing in grilled meats and offals. Everything we had was amazing! This was easily our best meal out in Spain so far. We actually stayed near Puerta del Sol, another public square, seemingly the busiest in the city. This is the center of the radial network of Spanish roads. Home to the famous bell clock, where the Madrileños gather and observe the traditional eating of the 12 grapes on New Year's Eve. Kilometer Zero is located on the pavement in front of the post office and marks the point from which all distances in Madrid are measured. I suppose since we're in Spain, we have to eat some churros! And Chocolateria San Gines is one of the best places to have them in Madrid. Here, we ordered the churros and porras with the chocolate. The porras kinda reminded us of youtiao, if you know, but we find them to be crispier. Whichever you prefer, they are delicious and comforting treats. That in Madrid, the government honors businesses that have been around for more than 100 years with gold centennial plaques. Here's one outside San Gines. We had a spell of a warm sunny weather that day, so we headed to El Retiro Park. It's a popular spot among the Madrileños for a stroll, a run, family picnic, you name it. In the park, there's a large artificial lake where you can actually rent a rowing boat. We would have done that if not for our time tickets to visit the Prado Museum. Prado Museum is the main Spanish national art museum and one of the greatest art museums in the world. It houses an extensive collection of European art based on the former Spanish royal collection. The museum has more than 100 rooms and thousands of artworks. We couldn't possibly see all of them in one visit, so we focus on the highlights: paintings by Goya, El Greco, Titian, and Diego Velázquez. And that's the end of our adventure in Madrid. It was 3 days filled with sightseeing, food, history, nature, and art. In the next video, we'll take you on a day trip to Toledo. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and leave us a comment. Bye for now!